Now, the window of opportunity to prevent global climate chaos is not yet closed. But according to a landmark report, it will require action on an unprecedented scale. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change says there are only a dozen years left for global warming to be kept to a maximum of 1.5 degrees Celsius. To have at least a 50% chance of staying under that cap, the world must become carbon neutral, according to the research. Even half a degree increase to 2 degrees would leave the world at a significant risk of floods through rising sea levels, drought, extreme weather events and species extinction, as well as coral reefs being wiped out. For more on that story, joining me now is Nick Mabey, who heads up the energy climate change think tank E3G. Thanks for joining us on Euronews now. Do you really think that it's possible to keep global warming below 1.5 degrees this century?
Well, what the research said today is it's possible, but it's going to be very difficult. We have a lot of technologies we could deploy much faster now to try and get on track to 1.5 degrees. We also need to do a lot of innovation to get right down to net zero. But the main thing is you look at the cost of not doing it. Look at the huge risks we take with the planet and with our own livelihoods. It's something we've got to try and do, even if no one's pretending it's going to be easy. It's going to take an unprecedented effort.
So what can everyday people like you and me do to actually make a difference?
Well, the first thing is to tell your politicians you care about keeping the climate change down to below 1.5 degrees. They need to see a signal that the majority of people to be climate safe. Then in your everyday life, soon electric cars will be available to buy. Buy an electric car. Push your governments to help you insulate your house. Use less heat, and support the expansion of renewables. Even if you don't love the sight of wind farms, they are one way we keep ourselves safe. So very practical things you can do now to accelerate action, which in the end will stop us committing to runaway climate change, which we can't do anything about once this happens.
And do you think, or sorry, shall I ask you, will there be a significant immediate benefits in taking faster action?
Well, that's the good news. Obviously, as we start to invest more in clean energy, we get less pollution in our daily lives, so less air pollution, better health, quieter, cleaner cities. So there is an immediate benefit from acting faster now, as well as the longer-term benefit of keeping climate risks down. And that's why we hope that the politics of this, now that clean energy is so much cheaper than we expected it to be, in a sweet spot. You know, benefits today, lower costs and lower long-term risks should be something we can build consensus for in our societies.